Ngofo we dia kra na meka kire ma touch by ogina me da se. E dia na meka kire ma be mo mo hu se. Ye ni abre na anwumre. Okay, lawyer dia bra why na. The way nkofo yi esi lawyer Abena, good evening. Good evening, lawyer Abena. Okay. But just share the live for me. I don't know the entire nkofo way. Woman who said, okay, yeah, that's, let me share. Okay. Touch by Ogina. She say, yen who say, yen can't share some power tapu. Say, TikTok for cra professor, professor singing a joining. Right. Yen who say, yen can't share some power tapu. See, yen can't share some yen because TikTok for more ya muhu bi dodo. All right, okay. But thank you all the same for all of you who are liking the stream right about now. Me a brilliant. Me a brilliant, and the way you see what I say. Okay. Okay, I was for me that say, yeah, me that say. Let's like, I don't really know the entire. We had that problem, but yeah, fitting us here na. Yeah, okay, all right, okay. I'm invite you, Nebra. Good evening, lawyer.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Now, I was trying to get me try start the former of 5,000 hats na yen fan shas ya TikTok for see ya bo mo chem so. But you see I was say me share into that na me share the entia or more cancer nsem because enya de ebeboa. Yaba o Abigail yaba. Okay. Lawyer, good evening one more time. Asida Sronkona abribia ya na yedima mijina TikTok ebusia kuo nyina anemu. Womo any yatna from last year February. If I was it January or February, I think it was February. Up to date, abribia no womo eji womo nso a womo tie yenka no. There is an unnecessary national issue on board, so most of them are there. 5K views. Hey, pretty gem. What is the national issue? Well, one more money abrea omuhia immigration solution, they have to be here. They will come. So don't worry. One more mukra 5K views, they will come with time, absolutely. They will. Pretty gem, they will come with the TikTok fighters. Okay. Let's start. Lawyer, good evening. One more time, Mwakwaba.
Major super, thank you.
Right. Mami K, munyina mo aha. Tisani na me kano say ye da wase for omre a oje ene wadaje a o de brayen. Me nka se eya da, me nka no se ni twi ka se mo kan se o say wadaje, enya adaje a o say, eya adaje a o de emaye a esombo a o de maye be kyerɛkyerɛ yɛn nsɛm mu ma yɛte aseɛ. Adɔfoɔ bebree nso afa saa nsɛmfoɔ yi a ɛne nimdeɛ yɛ wɔn nya yi de ɛnya wɔn nkrataa de ɛnya solution wɔn a housing ne ade family law ne nyinaa waboa wɔn ama biribiara yɛ kamakama paa nti aseda soronko ɛna yɛde ma wɔ ɛna anwummere. Now, for the sake of those who are joining us for the very, very, very first time, ebia wamati lawyer abna umunim lawyer abna ene da wamo abahase wamo ba bitwa wamo ni so no mati o masom no mesrew da ho adi kire wamo na da dwumadie nso adi kire wamo na afei yemfa nkoma ewo ho nhihye so ansa na ya start ya fa ya dofo mo be some questions.
Okay. Me fancha mbre. It's a for adofo ashafo bia enenumre. Thank you so very much, say. Majibre. Ayana, we don't take it for granted at all because there's so many podcasts, there's so many live streams. Nyama bebre na ekoso. So in this moment, for you to choose us, Ayana, we really appreciate you. If I show me, Eddie Abnanya Kwapia. Senya adophobia share me pain enim no. Could be numbers na start to flow. Thank you. Nti me din eno no me ye adwuma wo AC Gilead Solicitors are ye based in South East London, Deptford. Ehona ye wo. However, the world is a global village now. Adaji mem ebre mem untimi ntwakwan ma you don't have to ebe to me remote consultations over the phone. And yeah, we can if you're okay so but we don't have to see you because of time and distance. Now AC Gilead Solicitor see areas of law and so immigration, which taking the majority of what we discuss on this platform, immigration in country, any entry clearance, not just over UK and that's all outside the UK now all banning and I think so. I mean, all forms of in-country applications, naturalization, indefinite, parenthood, private life route, discretionary leave, asylum applications, name it. The list is on ending. No time limits. Media keka ho nyina yedi ho dwuma. There also be family law and things that borders on so things that borders on divorce, child arrangement orders, financial orders, not just only be our motor dying more japade together. In the event of divorce, a crime ben a beche japade no. Oma why the no who have them when any idea edi ho juma. Employment law, not just say unfair dismissals, any idea dead ekika ho nyina and also yedi ho juma pa. Again, criminal law, not just say when it kutifo any problem, criminal. I mean you to me kutifo nyamba immigration, but say criminal and also a bit to me about and public law into all forms of public law and down any governmental body being any idea so traffic offenses and na the amount
Nice.
in areas of law no and maboboso no. However, bibi actually wadwen unim where it falls under case no nim say immigration public law. You can call me if it's something we do. I will help. If not, I will signpost you to one of my colleagues now on also to me about when it comes to criminal law, family law, and a housing amount also housing to housing disrepairs, landlord running tenants unti rent, antisocial behaviors, they kika ho nyinaa so yɛde ho dwuma. And when it comes to family, criminal, and housing now, it will be a friend of legal aid. And not to say, I buy bit me up wow with the cost towards legal cost no legal cost wait me up be you pay assessments no and then see how much I buy bit me at take amount so one high. So don't let that be an impediment into me my own and pursue legal issues obi super anya nka be taking on but sikasɛm ti na waka no atom ebi ana akwanya no be wo ho ama to qualify for legal aid a year king. So that is by way of introduction the yen and who I
Okay.
am. Yeah, thank you.
Lawyer, may I say?
Mr. Sarah, I'll leave it here.
That's fine. May I say? Pretty gem. Yeah, no correct. Lawyer is no longer with Abino. So will be Freya and now lawyer banana here and pacho numbers no comment section or just be below your comments no copy the number at or hash ni star any ade ehihye munti Mr. Obetimi ama no afre sa na ma no lawyer ono ankasa na je ne calls so obi anje ne calls so ma no at least for now until friend na obeje wo so na de wo hobia no one no aka Lion Audacity lawyer Ima is here now lawyer Emma me but say lawyer
So
lawyer now
me kind is a lawyer Ima is here. I don't know. I might be.
Oh lawyer okay and brofu with the brofu you do nyame admo chna ye benum ti ni aba ye English version lawyer quickly mami mbusa this question we are there is something me pesa o chire ye mu kakra na me father for this question no the phobia ne nebusa me sure say what can one something but or person finding out or you're dependent on a COS work permit holder and as COS or your friends a skilled visa we now person finding out to say okotena Ghana because a jume bi wo ho person okoye wo Ghana so okotena Ghana for a prolonged period of time the indefinite ebe affect ya na eduru mre wo say or indefinite ebetimi affect na na
That's right. Yes, I won't qualify based on the residency requirements during indefinite leave to remain application. No. Obiara or visa so any indefinite leave to remain, you are allowed at least at most 3 months, 90 days absence from the UK. And then so more than that, a bare problem. You have to make sure that at each year, no, you are not doing more than 90 days outside the UK. At the function and so. Now doing mass until be doing indefinite, no, now you are trying to recount 5 years back and after 10 years back. I every time I wait to coin. The best way wow. And they said, "Ooh, to coin be an watch or days I will coin data over." Obo to coin quite often. And ya gal and kwan could be okoha koye juma or koha offer her. I be doing definite or be lawyer bisana na fi then they want you to help them to remember, which can be hard sometimes.
That'll be difficult.
Try to jog their memory. Okay. Because sometimes no, it be an hour back no stamp ni boom, but on kai time I'll call it. And it's all well and good when it was last year. But so what 10-year roots when you're trying to remember 10 years ago, time I'll call yeah. Especially when you've done short trips, maybe within the Europe, maybe I'll call Germany because our family call her short trips now. So but the four was swinging also who said during indefinite that will be required in from this time yeah to kwanya then you write the data over so that when it gets there you have all that record no for easy but yes to answer the question no 90 days out of the UK they are allowed in every year until at the end of the 5
90
years
days.
basically
Okay.
450 days and if you've done more than that you will not qualify based on
okay is there any leeway for instance say ebiana nipa kro yare enti anaso two kwan no ko yare ye na okoka ho osa ne ho yare ani nti ma no prolonged ana okohwe ne dofo bia ana ne maame ana ne papa bia na o yare ana bibisa is there any leeway at all as far as this particular requirement is concerned?
Not for the reasons that were obviously COVID happened, and then that was an exceptional case.
Exceptional.
So, but individual circumstances like that will not count. COVID there, so a universal something everyone is aware. So those periods, it was overlooked, but personal circumstances I know be happening in the world than what personally baby no it wouldn't matter, and that is why it's always indefinitely to remain now baby for 2 years it lapses. You need to apply again, and tell them why you need to be back, because once you're applying for permanent residence and indefinitely to remain, you are virtually British, and what you're saying is that I want to make the UK my main residence. I want to stay here and work and be a tax paying person here. And see if you're able to stay somewhere whole 2 years. That is for indefinite. But for people like were on visas, so leading up until indefinite leave to remain, and so it's the same thing. You have to not go out for more than that time way. There are few instances that when you established here, you have what of you and so what you can there. Those instances, no, they will allow you up to 720 days absence period within the 5 or 10 years. It can be overlooked, but yeah, that is just about it. Otherwise, you
Okay.
have to have done all the time. Yeah.
Watara, I think the lawyer has answered the question. So whether you are a main applicant, whether you are dependent, so far as you are under the way, or if you are the sickness you've got, I think
Yeah.
she has answered.
Okay,
She
yeah, a
has
bit
answered.
concerned because
Mm,
adofo bebree wɔ hɔ a, especially for the dependents no, obi a nanka ebi a mmarima no, the few ones a aba m'anim no, obi anka ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔbɛba ha. But knowing the
okay.
requirement to bring your children, no, for the sake of the kids, no, baby, son, but oba no corner, no, but. And for those who have come to me, I tell them, say, oh, say, and you will not be able to get indefinitely to men. Oh, but if you say, or any business or Ghana is profitable to you and you don't mind not having indefinitely to men, that's completely fine. But yes, you can't be going where your main or your applicant. So, we dependent. What you're saying is, I'm accompanying my wife to come and stay here. And say, we basically asking back in Ghana and Kawamba. That's how they see it. I think as time goes on, they will even tighten these rules in the idea. If you want to be here, you want to be here. You can't eat your cake and have it, things like that. But
You can't eat your cake and have it. Good. We are climbing. More share, more sama yena, more power tap on the screen. And I target your home say you between your 50,000 hearts, 50,000 hearts and son a year
and
program.
Sadiq,
Sometimes you
I think
couple.
Sadiq had the question about so Utofio, how is it advantageous to stay outside long? Once I and Crystal made it cut off by the number of days is allowed. No, it's a bit more than the usual 450 days. It doesn't mean oh feel it shows intention to stay because I built your mortgage. You know, it means not baby in court. So you have a bit more leeway. It doesn't mean so what to feel how Ghana. You know, the absence from the UK. No, until so benya indefinite until so benya British passports. It's not very flexible. You can your British passport you can go. Nobody will be looking for you anytime. What time your passport now you can come.
And a
So
grad,
being a
baby,
hot
baby, I want no BBC Hokra, it's me to play Babe Fauba. Right, lawyer made that say. Now, over the past 2 weeks or so, there has been a surge in information, especially on TikTok, about oh come on, charity visa. Charity visa, like everywhere you go, say that is the information people are putting out there. Say charity visa or charity visa, charity visa, and I'm just wondering because I know say to send your man for to go care visa no so eko wiase no if you can see him for any restriction but to share mu to care boy, and I'm sure the same may happen, but is it worth it at all? Say ode charity visa a bit to coin about UK has said oh barber yeah especially if you want to come here and work. Is charity visa your friend saying probable and I say a plausible route to come on?
so charity visa is whereby a charity not for profit organizations, not just in other words they are mainly not paying you a minimum wage and not be so you are volunteering your time to them. And what about you you need to find other means to earn money to live here, and the cost of living all around the UK, all around the world, but especially in the UK, is very high. If you don't have that, sebi obi aba beka I mean beton charity visa amount at outrageous price. First of all, it's not for sale. But secondly, if the background of beton amount, they are telling you outrageous price. Pacho, uwa Ghana, nasa uwa hana odo for me, but who say it's going to be hard for the person. I know times are hard, so people are desperate, and sometimes they don't listen through and through to what is this about. It's either Nipa or Dema, or they are not telling you the full information. But in this age and time, no, but you want to make kind crap. I buy a be a brand, non king kind be non fancho, so that you know what you're about, kaka. You know, not wait me home because it's not a visa ever bow chrome ha. Ede aba bɛpɛ adwuma aba bɛbɔ wo ho bra nti woba na wonim obi a akɔsua ne so a kurom ha nso wonim obi na akɔsua ne so koraa it's for a month or two because obiara yɛ hot kakra nti I mean that's what I can say about it. You should be very careful what you're getting yourself into. And the bebree ba very soon won't say na home office for nso aka tell you that because it's a genuine route for people who genuinely want to come and volunteer to some of these charities, no, and Uncle for home masati or my togus or moton charity visits. Careful.
Lea, me da se. Okay, my busa a few questions and I mean far adofo. I think say more did more questions about comment section. You know, I'm just gonna pick that and then I will bring you up. We are really learning a lot from lawyer, but you're not me. The credit 100% goes to lawyer Abna. Why? I'm very careful to give her that credit because your friend said me. What about salary threshold for the 5 years? If I could not meet in one of the 5 years, Drew Renebusa our question. We say salary threshold. No, minimum. What salary threshold or about? But maybe you get the question.
Yeah, I don't really get it because when we talk about skilled worker, there's no salary threshold. I mean,
Okay.
there's no financial requirements, but there's a salary threshold if we care. And that's a would you man what immigration salary list and our occupation list. But when you talk about salary threshold, which you might be talking about the financial requirements, that has to do with the spouse visa. The 5 years route, you need to satisfy the financial requirement, which is £29,000 at the moment.
Right.
So,
Millie, if you have a child while
your question, that would be good.
Okay. Millie, if you have a child while on skilled worker visa, when will the child get indefinite leave to remain? Lawyer, Millie says, oh, work or now was skilled worker visa.
Abofra indefinite when mama no and ne papa indefinite. That is how it works. Nti for obi a wo no, oba ne benya de ne mama and ne papa wo. Nti wo was skilled worker visa so. Nti wo wa oba no so benya skilled worker dependent ne bi. The moment subsequently wo beka kunya indefinite no, obetimi apply ma oba no so enye bi. So they get what their parents have. Into who was skilled worker visa, so but if you are not crying, papa no indefinite there. You will now be a British citizen. But so ne papa no soon be ne papa no so indefinite. So one in the buyer then she said unya no so benya.
I see a do so person ujai uni obi aware na person ujai na yes contact lawyer obetimi assign post to kwanya book a consultation with her or no obe go through no actual kwanya obetimi afaso aye. Does charity work visa leads to settlement? I don't think so, but lawyer is here so
charity visa no your friend of temporary worker visa. And see, sometimes make unpaid voluntary work, and see, it doesn't lead to settlement. And not just only to mean where no so indefinite leave to remain. You have to switch, and you pay immigration health surcharge and so. So I don't want to me and for
right. Lawyer Mpacha, my last question, where your phobia na dia ba anonymously or srem se me mbusama. So odofo na owo UK ha say or wo UK ba na wako back to Ghana. Enya dia na your friend is saying or your friend nipa no wo ye nyina na like wo muni settlement and more we nti akola no nya British child. But audi akola no call ye no oni akola na tena Ghana ma akola na di 12 years. Nti the question is say onimana watese na nka akola no di 7 years akobetimi apply ma akola na akola na gina ogina akola nso anya nkrata na sese ya akola na wo Ghana I this 7 years na pa ho yi. No, does the child still qualify for that way na say obetimi enya nkrata because of say ya wo no krom ha no?
Maybe I should there be. The whole basis of that visa and say abofra no ya wo no krom ha. Watna ha for that time in the first 7 years no. And say it will be unjustifiably harsh for the child to be
Okay.
removed from the UK because we're accustomed to the British way of living. Wako school waha, when your friends or social groups or sorry probably untimi and can the local language, but from all
Okay.
he or she knows is the UK. It will be unjustifiably harsh to remove such a child. So unko static. It will krofufra. Never been there. Untimikra probably in Mokasa. And yeah, dear. The moment you remove the child from the UK now in Ghana, that requirement will not be met. And
Okay.
untimi by virtue of being born here, it's not enough. There be.
Mpacho se me fa wa na wa mute ama me. Me sre wa me fa ope mute ma me na me fro. Me fra wa na mpacho wa ye we nti me fa ope na wa mute ama me. Why? Okay. Kobe, let me give you the first word. Copy mpacho ma nonko. Hello Kobe.
Hello, lawyer.
Yeah,
Hi,
Kobe mo nonko ma me.
Macho, good evening.
I'm Joseph.
Wadi pay anadwi mu. Wadi me nse me question e didi kan say Pacho say one wo yere ba na say aware no ntumi ama so. Na wo dependent. Na wo yere no kokoye, oyere na ye main applicant. Okoye divorce no de ko home office. Pacho ubenya email bi ana say bibi e be confirm say bibi sa akoso ana. Ana afi nso ono oye main applicant no so awaye or they divorce na kotumu home office no ono nso benya email bi e be confirm bibi sa say waye bibi sa na mpacho.
Main applicants no or reporting ma home office or ne dependent ja obenya reference number. It just say it has been submitted on Monsa account mobile hujuma. But that is about it. Dependent minimum. And obenya the email to say, oh, be our years on the wage. And see amount 60 days. But 60 days notice now main applicant to know and on their own wish. As a matter of fact, confirmation email no Becca just said they won't tell you anything about Nipan application from now onwards because data protection and only knows one in AJ, so they don't have to notify you. Bibia Beko Nipan now also in AJ na also receiving notification. In this case, being the dependent.
Okay, lawyer mpacho na other way round and say dependent ni mu ya application no ko say o no jai main applicant na no main applicant no e be receive some message ni say
There
dependent
be
no jai.
because main applicants no. The only reason tell Bakube receiving they say why you notify was a per visa for koso and now say 60 days time ko chrome no when I bring your email no. As all your dependents now could join main, it doesn't affect the main in any way. The only thing is that we'll catch you home office. Say the be oh are you before who say now why are you be other now say are you before. Ain't the main applicants will not be notified.
Okay, the main applicant in there hwe say any na jai and as any no the hwe.
Yeah, but of course, when you beja, I was all money a copy of the divorce certificate. I was all who crowns our report at my home office. It's always very important. Adofo a share divorce or mon kan main applicants no now mo dependents no. Because very soon these are how we start doing things. Not home office for apeke. Because I've spoken to few people who say, oh, my catch home office divorce now me na fake because man sign and I minim ho asem. This is how we start selling our own selves. Na eche na ba akoko mienu ko na ma pick up afa na abeye hard to do these things. Nti who
Yeah.
obi whether being main or dependent, you better no and I no. That is not the question. The question is they have to be involved because proxy they have to be informed because proxy divorce is whereby main ɔbaa de nipa baako ba bɛrima de nipa baako ba ama ɔmo represent no anaa mo as a couple mo desire sɛ nipa two in a way na represent so both of them need to be aware until fair kyɛn wɔn a nakɔ divorce no onim koraa I don't think that's the best nti that is to answer your question.
Pacho me da se pa lawyer me
You're
da se.
welcome.
Kobe, yeah, that's it. Oh boy, Juman Suma, yeah, comment section, hopa, me that's it. My who say SK Michael nso unity SK Michael ndi sisi wa fa adwuma no World Cup odi di dwuma pa SK Michael yeda wase nti Kobi ya na wasi foma ma me na ma fa odofo foforo why okay Millie Rose mpacho ma no nko why
I am Patricia. Good evening. But let me be say who under EU dependent wait me mo be visitor na.
EU dependent. Obetimi aye den.
Ama obi visit every Ghana bakrumu ha.
Visit invitation. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are. What is our come. You can invite somebody. It's a misconception that Obi free Ghana bakro here invitation. You don't need it. The invitation will score you 0 points in achieving the visit visa. You have to nipa no free Ghana bano. Most of it agent on no ano so. Until we invitation now they can honey there. It be an our tenancy agreement because nipa nebo vibet na menchen. It depends on the way our visits no. Some visit visa be when they know that a relative will come grandpa, it will adversely impact it. Because obedience so bad, then it will be easy for you to settle. It will be easy for you to overstay. Ain't having someone here. UK is like who called Dubai, who called any country to holiday. You don't necessarily need to have someone here on my invite. I hear them common invite letters man for £3,000
hey
it's a misconception when you don't even need it because they can't have to wear me to the main requirements that your visa is going to be refused. And the main requirements are to prove that Oba Obeko. Sometimes knowing someone here will even adversely impact it. So it's a lot of things you have to consider. Obi Obeko visit visa be on firm for consultation, then I can advise you properly on the rules. But again, we are student crowd between MOB invite. It doesn't matter the whole year because any check down more application in any way.
Okay, lawyer.
You're welcome.
I need the Patricia Ghana nsua dio ebusia this community let's learn. Okay, Mary Patricia mama fa why Mary Manonko Patricia good evening.
The question is I'm on 5 years care visa route. I'm a person being family dependent, bra. And I want me person being family brother as a dependent. I'm older than her 7 years.
Mary, untimi fa brother as a dependent. So ni medientia. Untimi can say fa brother as a dependent.
Dependent then spouse and a dependent child.
Spouse.
Oh, na Mary, unya de ubeti me aware.
Mary, there be untimi fa unya as a dependent.
Untimi ware unya, nya to Mary nkwa to obia untimi ware unya. And we know that in our culture and even in the home office rules untimi ware. So on this platform mo make sound command krawa. You know, you're very careful because sometimes you go you're kind because some people are roaming on this internet fishing. They were home office for a while and say anymore you be the because they're even going to the extent that Ebia Daniel Datson our host my also waware ama atala and a yere or the home office. Afe home office rep no your application na wakọ check it Daniel Datson on Facebook. Obehu say only ya mansa na awari on Facebook no ma for me whole family mo ma wo ho. Ade na wa ba be ka che me say ya atala na your yere out there home office. That means all these things are going on. You're very careful. When you be awari home office, there's nothing like in Krat awari. No. I'll even stop you before you start. The person you're married to, that is the person you're lawyer. Me papa no Debbie. There's only one husband. You have to let your social medias do the same talking you're telling the home office. You will hassle your boy, your community because it's actually a debia dream basso. You spend a lot of money. Not one kasa. You destroy your own case with your own hands because of some social media. You are living a life that feels way younger. But home office for them, they are very serious. The way they want to cut immigration numbers, the way they are catching people, the way people are in detention center, bail applications are made on a daily. No, it doesn't happen. Like a chiwa, now you face the reality. Now you're like, whoa. Into to marry and to be our happy and patrol. And why needs to common or platform way. So certainly you friend me privately in so cry you need to common. Lawyer Michelle will be me kofana ba me no. That is the conversation
That's
we'll
it.
have. And then
Absolutely.
based on that, no, you better share so meet requirements now, then we'll take it from there. So Mary, what question before I bet maybe say? And yes, I'll bet me after me for consultation, but I'm not even encouraging you to come and tell me the same thing because it will still not, it will still be the same answer. Thank you.
Me pache bless.
Yeah.
Okay. Mary, that's I'm sure Bibia. Jacob Pacho Moanon Kawai.
Mepacha me mama mo nyina adwo anwumre pese me busa ne se me ne me ne bai oye care na me ye dependent na se oye due for I indefinite na means me ye due at the same time na
Just a why 5 years residence. In
okay
terms
we
of
are
what no year anything kind by 1 year, 2 years and so no about becano. In the
mepacha
time
ne
our year in
ba
the bay due no now 1 year due. Into another dear ha, I am Michichim say I'll bet I say higher works. Also
okay
why or 5 years. Into year bet me aqua indefinite, so still now so good child 5 years neko.
it was only
Minimum
just 1 month difference about June and me by July
June, July.
yeah
Okay. The time now visa ni be wuno, be wuno, then you be due. It's very close in time. Into meaning so visa no more issue no were the same expiry date. It would have. It would have, but 1 month there, I think say okay. But one and a number 1 year, 2 years answer unti meaning indefinite at the same time. There.
mepacha me da masinya me nhira mo nyina
Amen.
Nyame nhyira Bibia. Mpacha na me hyɛ mo nkran so sɛ wobɛtumi follow lawyer Abena. Ɔno ane handle no di dwuman lawyer Abena nyaako apia. Wo follow no. Yɛm follow no. Unfollow nyam follow no wɔ TikTok ane wo ya ya wo ho because wobɛtumi follow no na what DM no directly. She's very responsive. Obejimbre no no edin komo, but I was so book consultation. Consultation nso yana ye wa hoden pass ye betimi ade atudi. Hey, amanfo afi na amanfo ndi man kan ka mu follow no. Mr. Mo bia modern, we have 168 people who are won't follow lawyer Abena bia but modern follow this is sia. Me sure say there will even be some perks for you when you follow her into follow no. Why? Consultation is only £70. £70 per and a consultation, you know. Lawyer the firm no edgy. In fact, onokra we di ejinemu amayen because the firm no nanka womoji £100 and a lawyer see there be for TikTok family lawyer edi ejinemu on the boss account say the TikTok family they on je £100 or beji £70 for the consultation into Miss Show ubukua obenya mre no ama 30 minutes full attention no disruption yes say a lawyer phobia when you your consultation o kasa kra obe kasa o si den what are you saying debi lawyer be nyamre na wetie na question bia wo bia no wetimi answer ono so be busa questions say be ma betimi aboa na afi wa kire de wo se wo ye na application so the command e ko di ni nsem a ene Nyankopon ede ngosrapa na egu lawyer yi so because adansi a eba no esense oyesofo maame minim se ya oye fasting ansa na waya application no nanso application bi lawyer de nsa so mu bia no 90% or more adia yenya onya friend saying positive results results no mpo enya positive mpo abon se akwanya wo ho a obetimi asan ya appeal na bibia asan aba kama intimi sremo obia enhye no so ma me consultation e die from ochina kono na ye buku sa na bibia aye kama agya busa the question e wi ho pa che wo sra wo busa question wi a si for ma me na free board no na afa intimi fa unuanom a wo mo wa akire KG mame mbra so KG wa busa questions bebre or comment section inti manage ye pa se me hu se wa frustro KG mo anonko
Mr. Daniel, good evening. Lawyer, good evening.
good
Pacho,
evening.
many Ajakun case near similar, but just say with mine, no, me yearly by 2 years before Semeba on a skilled worker visa, and I'm a dependent. And in my case, you know, some many now they be expire on the same date. But what do I apply for? Because by then I'm at now just 3 years, let me 5 years.
Because I apply dependent visa. Dependence of a skilled worker visa na in country into extension. I say per time ni bi aka ho. And so my extended there no for a further 2 years. I only see answer why you due for indefinite leave to remain.
Okay, that's it.
You're welcome.
KG, me da say. Bernard, Patrick, Mano, come on.
Well, Mr. Dan, good evening.
Good
Chair was
evening.
Mpacho mo question kiti me no be. Lawyer first one.
Ben. Oh, yeah, sure, saying
First
kitty.
kiti me no Mpacho.
Okay,
But your
Matima, one
first
uncle.
but your first one no na me my wife na Ghana but me ba no na e wo kwa baako na me so me wo baako. Aha na me be wura mu no e jaye e ma ono so de obi ware no as a student dependent ne be wura but nkola ne mienu no e wo me sister ho a e wo Mr. Ho hwe omo. Aha na mba so mabenya akwala baako ha megina no so agye. But
Patrick, me forward, Mr. Oh, sorry, oh. Me forward, no one mute to mammy, Mr. Before I mute to mammy.
aha mpacho mpeze megina me bana mabenya wa ha no so no enya asetena okrom ha na mpacho menya asetena ne wia mbetumi de akofa nkwala baako ne ye meyere ne ba me na me na gya ne ba na baako ne me ame de but mu mienu wo sister ncha me ame hwe om ba at the moment in de masetena mu hyeda anye nti bibia bako bia no I think se mentumi mfa omo medin no enhye bia me na me hwe omo nti after say bibia akotu no mpacho metumi afa omo mienu no aba na
Bakona on your background idea. Only parental responsibility. It's even to me and your banning, so the question will become mommy when. Your mommy new chrome her, then you need to prove so parental responsibility. And it's a lot of things. The question I get to us is very loaded. Also consultation. Now Mama will answer no, but any detailed because at the phobia was mean to me going to all the requirements. I don't think they are no. Because back on your banner we can't even bring the wall now the neighbor there. And there your balance cramp when mommy in room or one crata there. Then we go into sole parental responsibility, which is an order was a Ghana courts. Now I feel honky can hung and I near home support. It's a lot of so I will find mommy here. I had a very, very long requirements. Sometimes when you cry the first time no thank because I need your minty. Definitely call na your consultation and me found film. Because anamona also to the same we say oh China or bana when you know ha no the Nigerian crata na we answer be too late because oh yeah order now the application is too long because the application is na share that order no akrani new in some man pampa nti ya there was oh yeah to us and maybe to say application be ready I'll be ready 1 year air con near each na say order no date na ada ho kakra nka wait me dia ya man na kama nti ya na wa friend na ya consultation.
okay mpacho ba last one no me bana megina ne so agye no application na me ye na mfa say state wo mu say me wo persecution wo fie aha nti mpacho ono sa no say bibia successful a mentumi ko back Ghana na say mbekọ agye say me fa nungu ansa na makopie ho ana say bibia ye yi abetumi akọ
Yeah, persecution cry waka so. Na ya na ye ka asama in the bit say ye pese yesiki inya nkrata okom na ya hwe de ye beka. O si okwa ye beku afi de ye na inya nkrata okosa akokom na. Again for consultation I mean to me the case na see ye ensure the okay ye nti aye persecuting ni ade na ye be hu so obetimi akwala ntumi nkwa.
pacho yo
But Bernard, Pacha, what follow your number now? SK Michael, the atoho, and now the four be bring so the oh number no. Lovely. Adofo, me shemu crying. Me can't say obi an follow lawyer. Me ja ya na mo pause ye. Mpacho oba follow lawyer. Lawyer abna nyako apia ne handle ena odi di dwuma no. Ono ankasa ne manage ne TikTok. Inti udi mo na is likely say obetimi enya no wo ho. Inti misro ha obi an follow no. Obi abe person we program no na nipa be 200 or more ena follow no. So won't follow me so abomodi ne follow me because we share excerpts and highlights of the program. Emma ne boa of the phobia bre. Uhia lawyer number udi emu me me de be ma na bibia ye kama pa. Yana akof out the phobia fee say me ye lawyer mpacho me nye lawyer, me nye immigration advisor, but I can always signpost you to the right person to talk to. Tuesdays and so me de Dr. Vicky Ababeka ho eno ya pomudin en ho asem doctor enye just title doctor or ye GP or your general practice doctor your GP ono ankasa ani ni kunu omu nyina ye doctors omo restored health care center ansana osan ye adwuma wo Kent NHS inti Tuesday eno no all the information are on my page na wodi wapomudin sem so akodan Dr. Vicky mpacho mami call Obuasi Napo, I can see you are first on my board. Pacho mami call why?
Me pacho ma junior tani any lawyer abla. We na mi bisa say ade bi a echi ma junior aka na mi bisa lawyer. Me pacho say what the dependent na ebaye. Na say opese okotena okotena okroma. Nim say betime de busumi nsia. Na so say wokona say obi de won krata de adwuma. Ubetimi atena aboro za busumi nsia.
Obuasi Napo, now also na ye announcement few moments ago.
Obuasi
Being
Napo.
to me, it's actually a criminal offense. You don't do that. You don't speak about it. You don't do that. You don't even think about it. Yenyanisa, nyomebi woha, ye criminal, yenyanche, yeni hon komo, ye kromu, yakeka, on a platform like this, over nipa thousands, unim the ocean, home office nina, it is one as if a verse, and that all can say no question, no kuchanga dema. Now, ye day. Yaka me patrol for ha me so uba now be start can say minim say makọ other people's other people who claim some legal advices na omo allow sa comments be saying on more platforms, so we are not about that life or hayenya ne sa into me pa macho in order not to embarrass obi anasa unka say be a lawyer anya anasa bibi. I'm trying to protect you. Be na the whole kana obe mana sliding na on fa ho me fa ho yemfo obi nkrata anya adwuma na nse ya metin nsem bebre ya chi obi a yeda ho ka ho asem a yinya nka nwie ye nti me pesa on so beka ho nti ubetimi abisa question no in another way are fine enye sa dia mpacho ye be see for
Okay. No, second one say, Moba wa Hamsi. Na, let me just say the balance. Say, Medinoko, if ye na HM Kofana bar, and also, it do say, Nina indefinite na, meaning and the Benyana say, chair or triangle.
there be unsaka indefinite no na oba wo fie na the neighbor at that time no oba apply for indefinite leave to remain bi e de ama no sa abofra ne maame wa ha na the neighbor there is all well and good kama ne maame ni ha then you go into the question of sole responsibility ni biem abofra be under the age of 18 be the neighbor is the same thing whether what skilled worker na when you indefinite and that is something I also had to consider answer because the clients be or a single parent and I be wa ha na fe ahoche na adwuma nto de abofra nko ga na bedu so okofa abofra na baby na papa ni ha na fe aye den no jin say me won we UK ade na me koya me de ne ba fe refuse no say be won we UK doesn't matter. The question of super responsibility will arise at that time to bet me did not call but ba unya indefinite unya no automatic also o apply man na o meet requirements na at that time e be crying the requirements will be meet that e be do say 5 years e be out never na ya change rules no rules at that time no na ebe ye adwuma nti sanity
Okay, Obuasi Napo edase. Lawyer, Pacho, quickly, Mr. Mo, I think that this thing, ya can, this is the second time a lawyer can, first, now can make counsel soon, I'm a fee. Share your community, the Ghanaian community, no, in Sembi or ya can't amana normal. But they be American, these things are not normal conversations. To send a lawyer can over call platforms, many probably 1,000. No muguso na omo kan gum kan brugum sa because oba also sa na wabeti na ya manedin kuntunkunia ware e fra no ntoma wafa obi sekan enomoni ade. You think efficacy emufo no they don't have interpreters that tell them what these things mean? We must be joking. You think say they are womo ye efficacy ntine from efficacy mu no ekro no nyina womo na ebo ho ban eba ni security say na Ghana ye one national security no adwuma womo ye no obi a wo kro mu ha bia womo mfiwu nyese womo chese enduru mra wo so mo fiwu they can put resources in if they want to find out womo every resource it's at their disposal inti yesremo platform way so to send your lawyer can you know ye pese ye bon ho ban hwe obi ba ye a couple of programs ago about 3 months or so oba be kind about obia or call platform TikTok so say ya and okoki kan san sem we bi ho say na efficacy mu ni e wo so e hwe bi and omu screenshot to ya record to ho ni din na no dia register TikTok no omu hwehwe mu social media wo mu efficacy they will find out and omu born no to ho eduru time a akoye odin nkrata atu mu pe ye invite him for interview okoye ya no mu so ni mu se atwan wo so ni mu because they had wakakoka ewo platform bi so say ade na oye no enini kwan ne wo ma no ho kwan ma o kan ye okodru fikasi mu no na da ho recording ne da ho etwen no enti say obi ba na o kasa na lawyer so ano anase ye kase ye kan sa nye say ye mpese o ye free ye kire kwan pa no. That is what we are about. And in fact, say if we don't get 1,000 people on here watching us, we are fine. With those people, we'll be able to help because we really want to help you. That is not how it's supposed to be done. Why, Miss Remo? Okay. Safo, Pacho Mamin also.
Safo, ansa na bebem de kakra so Bible kwa kan Christopher om no se nipa fiefo na be na tam hwe unni a wo ka che ne kromu ha nipa obetwa wa makoti ene nipa obetwa wa ma efficacy mfo eye wadanfo enya wo tamfo a wonni mu asem wadanfo aka che ne se nipa asem esi me sheda wa ye nipa asem esi ne bai onno na otna obefa tie mu
a ka che se o minua me no ye minua na me ware no de ne bai onno na betwa koti
onno na be kwa akotwa wo ho a na ekwan efficacy mfo be ba afie wonhu inti yenkan asem kra ntiro bia beje se skilled worker for me some opportunity by ye nuam ya ba begum waba kronim unnim mu asetna na ye use platform me say be educate obi anti say so wano ampatcho ema no so untiti bia ema me hu nye wahi ema nka se o lawyer che no unti me nka de opet myself yina because me wa hana se me allow sa me so betimi a problem mama me protect you as much as me protect you because e be lawyer ya swear say ye mboa clients mamun deceive home office and until I said I don't want to know because the moment I'm me said I should not ask for you. That is the integrity. I wasn't me operating as a legal rep. I may act as an officer of the court and with the home office as well. You said me one of whom would deceive home office because me a staff of home office, me a staff of the court, any BBA. Until yesterday mo yenche na ebe haye. Staff on patron one uncle.
Yeah, we did not make bit. I say me a divorce last year. The divorce letter anybody now. I think say me try let me download the consent forms and back na me email. I said me no me response that wasn't right, so I should follow tell home office link. Almost any link in my email now to say me go through. Me follow link in it's almost 6 months now. Still now maybe and still now where am I? So what will be the next line of action? I said me.
Now she's all report marriage breakdown at my home office.
Yeah.
Yeah. One person now are reporting they won't say they nyam wa bia o.
Yeah,
Dependent
no so no still now no. Obisa me de bia, my wife no bisa me de bia say
onya bibia. Because obu ho a won share email ben na wo home office ho. Ebi agent bi there wo so na what wow dey na wo there.
Ni email no ankasa kwa wo me ho a me go through every day but still
no sanya nka hwe. Minim say why na right there because any say dey more than a month or more be pick. Omo no kra omo pay twam tu say unya do ho kwase meja ni person me pia. Omo twam ntem kra nti no. Minim say why the right thing there was by now 6 months ya share do acha.
Me sabeti no mama reference. So I don't know.
Pass ye ni biem. Say any biem. Report na say fana within a month or so to can say pass ye biem. Nya second reference. There've been a few instances I mean I've had to do it twice. Second one answer ni paninya email. Pass ye ni biem.
Okay. Medase.
Safo, men so me da se. Adofo me bo me show bi an Christ. But more than follow lawyer or TikTok ni handle and or di juma no lawyer abna nya akon apia. Obe mani sika akọ Ghana any other African countries 13 African countries 2 Asian countries. Obetimi e dey pay angel money transfer. Me fit and send me the rate no to her. Na adofo ani age. It is the highest rate on the market today. Inti say unya and send this car this month, but more than download pay angel download do a family referral code Danny78. Full disclosure. Oh yes, sir. Oh boy. Your time, me time. I'm the back program. So oh boy, me and my pay angel also support to me. Inti Danny78. Now they are appreciated. Juma ye din waha. If you have any pay angel, you talk to real human beings. You know, you have your friends saying you could send up to 2,500 pounds a day. It could go to 10,000 pounds depending on your verification status. You have free life insurance for for or more fee, and a lot more perks with pay angel money transfer into yendi hunjuma. Berima, but your man come on my
If I remember announcement in Chomutel, a few weeks ago, you announced that you have work experience for our regular solicitors now. You go that door is still open. A few people are about to find a few people so because of my community and to me I take your one. Will be our legal background is preferred. And also our intention is to be into the law. Into encourage your man and your maban. And ye nyamone nkɔfoɔ no abusafo bi a ɛnim ɔmo wɔ ha no wobɛtumi reach out to me on my number na wobɛtumi aka sɛ ɛyɛ ade a w'ani gye ho abɛyɛ work experience aba abɛsua nneɛma baako anaa mmienu bi ebiem nso the second one ɛyɛ na we are happy to go on outreaches nti ebi a na wɔ kuo bi wobaayɛ asantefoɔ mate kuo nzimafoɔ mate kuo asɔrefoɔ anaasɛ biribiara sɛnea ɛte biara wopɛ sɛ munya legal advisor. We can arrange say musha with Zoom, so I will be happy say one of the sections now. Or my some stores now educate and for more program. So if we have to come in person, so if it is arranged in advance, we can also arrange to make that happen. That would be something I would be happy to come and do. Your community outreach, I am so yeah to get back to give back to the society and community. Because lawyer say na abegye mpacho ye news ka. But your banner for you to forward there. You say nka say yenye. It's sad. But yes, encourage you be a more group be a bit me no makasa so mama lawyer umbrella. Say you Zoom or say in person you bit me arrange and then make that happen.
Nkanka mo am sorry no. Anywhere outside outside London cry beba. Nti mo hye no so my. Me fa wa no wa mute ama me mpacho eduru so am bodin. Berema Mr. Mo anonko. Why?
Yeah, Danny, and a lawyer, me chairman, you know.
Yeah, Jules.
The master near Juma Palm mobile. Na lawyer, wait a match pin. A bit here foot you was say, now almost regional so they my consultation. I see said the lawyers. I'm on your more free side. Yeah, a cost of and no credit. Omo fengu bottom but omo misleading crofo.
Okay.
And no credit through a chinye bi aba beto nti na mama from.
Okay.
Lawyer, epacho skill worker visa ye bi. Na bema na edi kan ye wokru mu asei. Me weni wo fie. Na bema ne nim se odu indefinite ni so asa na adwene ye no. Se oso odu so na kwa akofa le weni ne manyi na fi so omo wo ne krata so dada. No akofo mu nyina do ma ba se de be ya omo ba omo so be ko indefinite nso na pese mbusa se aye no cresa anase no so giso omo so betwa 5 years na ansa no omo so aba in the omo ni kromu a but the intention is say
ne mane de omo betime nya indefinite leave to enter nti emofa na bana ono na nya indefinite de be apply for indefinite leave to enter ama omo nso aba. Nti as umane they will always get the war. So Ubana was skilled worker 2 years, Omenia 2 years, or 5 years, Omenia 5 years, Unya indefinite, Omenia indefinite. But who knew there? Under your opinion, there was only 5 years residence. And now when your partner now when you buy or maybe more under the age of 18. Oh, but they better apply more. Again, there was also meet requirements, no, but yes.
But your requirement be no.
Oh, requirements of indefinite leave to remain now or more debe enter. It's a bit dependent. I mean, the main requirement in more Friday or more other parents than when.
Okay.
So waha fine. Only her. She said so parental responsibility. It was almost meeting.
Yo. I just say ye dear. Not just say the main dependent no. Baby and the status na do no. E ho na ne ma no ɛba abɛgyina na mmom ne partner ka ho deɛ gye sɛ ɔno so starte.
And only be the main applicant. And now
The
okay, the
main
main
applicant.
dependent.
And the
Main
main
applicant
applicant, now, Mr.
Uh-huh.
Or Patrick.
main applicant no wɔ ha na ɔtwɛn sɛ nka ɔkɔdu 5 years so indefinite a na ɔde ne yere ne ne ma no nyinaa yɛ dɛn abɛgu so ebi.
Yeah, very mama, you said no na lawyer man you know.
Okay.
Say yeah.
And cranny benya de ma me no ewo no in the indefinite no. Papa ne de or no ne de chisel starting the route no.
All right. Yeah.
Or that time no beba as a partner of an indefinite into British rules in the beg governor for any skilled worker. Ebe appendix FM family. Nti I was say obani me £29,000 this annual money na I was only planning to me free. I made an FM no
my name Fred.
Me pacho. Yeah. That's
because
right.
once I
Very
be
much.
free
But
skilled worker
you lawyer number there.
when you append skilled worker be who append
My father say yes no.
I pick it.
No, I pick it down cry.
I pick it.
That's it.
Mati, very much. Me so me that say. The form was swinging. Okay, all right. Thank you. The form was swinging. Yeah, mu obi biasi. Yeah, nkoso yeah. Felicia, mpacho mami round chain.
Mpacho, good evening.
Good evening.
Mpacho, lawyer. Me so masam say. Me bano. Nipa odi mi krat.
Hello.
Nipa odi mi krat. Nipa odi mi krat anu ho adwuma no. Oye niam bi wo so anana. Minim hu bibia.
Na me ntemo nka.
Lawyer, oti yan kan.
Ai, okay there. Atom take. Just all starting back.
Okay, Felicia, mpacho fiti ase mami.
Aha, me pacho me say me dia ni say. Abra me bano. Nipa odi mi krat anu ho adwuma no. Oye niam bi wo so anana minim hu hwee. Eti mi bedru krom ha no say no. Ena me request is subject access request. Ana home office for the mame. Ena me hu niema oye wo me nkrata no so. Eti e ma me report ma home office say bibi wo so efa me ni efa me kunu ho a eye fraud me nim ho hwe me nim nipa no. Beye August mu ni na me report ma home office for no. Me nya response bia free home office ye. But sesi am no ka say me rehye senka me kwa kofa me busua aba ba sa de no se me kwan ma me hu kwan a me mfa so emfanye enam se me frɛ na meje efutuo na mahwɛ se ebeye yi a
I mean, so why realize this? Why are you be?
Sa papa na me hu won subject access request ni so. Nti ma me report ma home office say minim hu hwe.
Yeah, say obi your application on your behalf. It is assumed say on our Inti at the function seek clarification and say I quick to write things to the home office. It will harm you, so it might just harm you as well. What's a mental application? Personal information now. The nipa asemesi ahyɛ so ukunu abɔ ne days of birth biara submit the very last page I will be served for declaration application na o submit and answer submit on behalf of an applicant only not discuss the content nipa na take yes or submit every crowd submitting is set one I will submit there's 3 options either the applicant or besides who is submitting this form the applicant will have family member and I say other no, you can put a solicitor or travel agent. Most people no bend the one I they actually also have because say and yeah, me did the person this question is very contradictory. However, when I hear you agents say yeah you definition under part 9 of using deception in application is information used by you or on your behalf with or without your consent. The Kenyan will be used to mount what you to me, one you to me, yeah, better on the show. Now I'm saying there's been cases of where some of the clients, I mean, yeah, home office for some of the doctored picture, not just a picture, I can home. Or just agents in the use your new but home office and agents, or no agent wants them. And I will be punished. The agency application, not the fraudulent bank statement can home or not baby bussim cannot share statement not the can home. And your agency never punish no one ever punish.
Don't be banning.
In this case, no, unko home office and controls you seek legal advice on what to do. In that instance, okay, wait me a divorce. Why report
Sorry, the can legal advice as to what to do, and the advice I was given is may report it with all the evidence that I have.
Well, that would not have been my advice, but again, it'll be a
medical report Ghana. Medical report issue ni Ghana.
The problem is that it's
all
on
the
application
conversation that we had.
Felicia, hold on.
Because of time, you have to call me for a consultation, but because of time, when we have to close at 10. And I can't probably let you go into all the details. Whatever it was, my issue and the issue of the Home Office, the law no na make change. Sometimes it makes me unpopular because men can't be able to but because on the application form, I'm assuming it's any financial application. No. It is our detail na chef. What mean that actually me can't tell me say nyewa. Home Office ni no nim the application actually. The moment I bet take say one na submit no. Which is what most agents will do. I'm not back as one year. I feel it means I can say a fraud. You don't know. Marriage certificates are said within was so be cry nipa na say signature shares because we are copy free passport. You know how things are done in Ghana now. There's no way we bet me ISI. So when you what about it's assumed to one away. Aha, into me patrol. The question of who bet me the new family about the answer is yes, but it will depend. It's just offer a consultation, and I can probably take you through that. If a marriage certificate was procured and used at that point, you need to divorce. They don't care whether I say fraud or fraud because on your application form, which will be in the subject access request, I'm sure it's Becca's one application, which I don't know. I'm just assuming. See, also for a consultation, I'll let you send me those documents. I'll review it and advise you on the next steps.
Okay.
Felicia, it's very important. Pacho, why? Fred lawyer, what lawyer number?
My lawyer number me busa say or chichina or available and time na meet me a friend.
What estimate enumerate ya mess new details so that I meet me a book here for tonight because by enumerate program then Konanko for a book here for tonight. I have my fully booked, but all testimonies is here. I can send you after program.
Okay.
Text na book no book consultation not this year. Why? Felicia, that's it. I mean you say bibia be kama. Why? Why na me do no so? I say abronoma. Abronoma mo anon come why?
Pacho, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Pacho, nanka mi bisa lawyer say me ni me kunu ne bai, but one ko school no. Me any dependent na baby a me ye adwuma no say o ma ka che me say me fa me new code mrent o mama ba bet na fi. Ti me person ka me call back. Nti na me bisa lawyer say me call na say bi a me kodo to me niam ya metimi asan ba na.
Abronoma Subi, and him have to go back.
There's me call Ghana back.
Now about later. I mean, yes. Obi saying when you overstay and now you can come back at any time. When you have valid kwanya be faso ababi ma. We just immigration record.
So wu January nim nti me person ka January no mo ka che me say me nja adwuma no na me mfa me new share code mra. But me hu say enti me possible. I have to go back. Na me bisa say me kwa metimi
say it would have been because sometimes it would have that fiance company name because it's a share code bra. Why overstay for?
It almost say 30th January no lawyer.
Okay.
But
now the only visa betting there by a spouse route. Why overstay for any period of time? At least a spouse route in dependence. Dependent is skilled worker any adiana. Spouse route will be our British and indefinitely to mean and I say you near to come or no pen betting or another. Why overstay for any period of time? But once a bay spouse route, you be used to Article 8, right to private life and family life. And you remember what about embassy skilled worker, won't mean bass any visa unless spouse route. Why?
me kwa ebe di ansa na bia metimi asa yes as spa route no.
Oh, and the time behind you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Requirements and quantia. Now that means where she'll be over her. Nipa na Ghana only our multiple pictures and your money na why English language test. Nipa na £9,000 a year. And once I requirement in your medicine, they'll call. Waiting about into
Ebachi, that's
Abronima frɛ lawyer for consultation. But mo frɛ lawyer no mesra mo munjai.
okay.
Abronima frɛ lawyer for consultation now ko na ko oncho. So me get sure so you go through and nyoma wo se wo ye nyina na ɛbɛboa pass na ɛbɛya by the time oh you ready sell beba back no na say say exactly. So what you say?
That's a pa, that's Yamisha.
Okay, all right. Okay. Yamisha, obi amfa Pacho yanko so ne follow no. Lawyer ne TikTok handle eno di dwuma lawyer abna nya kwa pia e wo TikTok. Obi am follow no mami. Obi am follow no. Na bibia anya kama. Mami nko abna dipa. Abna dipa onya krado mami nko daughter of Zion so. And a daughter of the king.
Good evening.
Okay, good evening.
Hello.
Hi.
Abna dipa mo anko.
Me question. Me pacho me question bi bisa lawyer.
Pacho koso.
Me skilled worker visa. Yeah, me the skilled worker visa me buy. But me buy me sponsor no jima for 7 months. Me by December 2023. And I'm in jima till July 2024. But July 2024 no catch me say me hours no sisi a oni due. Nti me nkɔpɛ switch. Ɛna ɔmayɛ kɔɔɛ nti like me kɔɔɛ no menya bi but menya full time ɛwɔ care home bi. Ɛna me ne ɔmo yɛ adwuma for at least 5 months. Ɛna afei na ɔmo switch ama me. Nti mebisa sɛ in case me renew me visa na is it going to affect me in any way?
Also, my switch out. That means why every Sunday that.
I almost switch ama but mebisa sɛ duration na me ne ɔmo yɛ 5 months na. Omanye no, is it going to affect me in any way?
Omanye then, but you mean to say?
Me say like me sponsor me for 7 months, which is July 2024. And I can't say, and I'm in a care home because juma for 5 months, which is full time, but then no months to say. Until I feel no must switch it, and I mean,
To me, you mean indefinite? Because I mean, that's also almost switching my very affected, but what switching your visa that me boy. Into who person who say indefinite is very affected, and I just want to understand your questions.
Yeah, and no, maybe some person business say me do indefinite now, be affecting me in any way.
5 months there. I mean, so one comply. It depends on the caseworker. But for bare 5 months there, I don't think it's a long period. I think the indefinite need we will see a lot of things unraveling. Either so because you say yes, extra 5 months time now when you're indefinite, no. And I said there will be some flexibility, but 5 months is not as bad as we go by 1 year, 2 years when the main company in your Jumada. Almost any day is becoming very problematic. So it's a case of wait and see. But 5 months is not too long, so I think they might be fine.
Okay,
Abna. All right, Abna. Bachoye that's sin. Say also yeah. Daughter of the king. Pachamono come.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Pese ibetu inian mfakana fimi bisa lawyer so one question.
All right. Daughter of the king. Mo anon come na right.
Pese me kache iniam se ayo mo ba omu from asem no ho entuma kakra. One na entimi protect o mankasa na one entimi protect lawyers na ante dani edi omoba this platform no so say bia pese ubeka wase mampacho men ka say me na say na biku na say fra hontoma because ubeka say say odi obi nkata na ejuma ka say odi kuntunkuni because sa platform in ekwachi nti epamcho aya mu yusuf kasa kwa enfan kasa serebe ya obi entimi nya asem also why
Daughter of the king made that say. I mean, me gidi say ubetimi kura kan wasem mra nyoma ni bi ho a omboso, which is the which is all better because the same me kan ye no kasa kwa no say ye kan efficacy for the truth of the matter, they say these people they have employed ye chrome for. Ye chrome for more interpreters, some more betchasi. Amomati. Well, they have our people working with them. And see, whether kasakun ye can the yana lawyer chere and say asema untimi ngina efficacy a friend say case worker anyone can. Men gyina lawyer anim nka men koka wa abonten there be nti kasakwa no kura no enya ade a ye begi atum se bra be kana kasakwa wa ha o busa wa ware a wa ware on ware ya won ware ye akola no ye oba anase onye oba nya fe na oba be ka ne kwa na wa kire mu ne ade there be ye nye ne sa na eno no ebe boa more rather than the others no why ti
Pacho
okay
abna edase ni umra unya edema nti me question is so be enya approval from ya yefia say onye onko register for assistant people onye afebo de dika afebo ba kuna etwa to na how many days na e was to me register with the cancer e wa say
I don't think they also run into my because when they I say, well, then I'll British passport and after them.
mpatwan
And the obvious thing because there's some interest. My answer question I say, will be applying for British passport. I was already registered with the council. I don't know.
na me check say do what how many days na e was I mean e was yes there no
Interested. There's no requirement to register with the council.
but days say sometimes so a buy be catch us a train for a day and send up to my register with the council.
Now, what them? But okay, your ceremony and I mean,
And ceremony na mpacho making. Nti ebu on ma we abon say emma okwan.
yeah. When you email now, it will tell you when you obey to me.
Nti yan fan say obi anya email for a day, yes train for a day. After a day no so why you and go through. What do I have to do?
Check your check your details in here. Or mama reference number, maybe I won't bother be with date of birth will be.
Me pacho nipa no wabo bibie ye.
And then I
That's
I don't know what the problem is because
okay.
you have to check all those things. And yes, I'll be to me after and after way email it because it will tell you when I'll be to me after logging in. I could book your ceremony. So once you check you doing and doing it, it should be like that. Sometimes it's very sensitive. But
Now let's say at least I need to give them some time, at least a week or two. Then na masaya biomashe.
okay. We'll do it next week and let's see. Yeah.
All right. Madam Asinya Kupon
Nami sure bibia. Okay, all right. Yeah, no na yeah be na me bon kaye. Tomorrow is going to be the English version. Your friends Abigail tomorrow is going to be the English version. See 3 weeks ago, na ya bon the rules the whole of January na lawyer share boss say you be introduce to English version. So na be ya Chrome 4 no sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ yɛ kuromfo a wɔn no wɔn nti twi yɛwɔ yɛn nuanom ayigbefoɔ wɔ hɔ yɛwɔ yɛn nuanom a wɔn firi Srem yɛwɔ yɛn nuanom a wɔn firi other parts of Ghana ebi a wɔn nti twi wɔn nso betumi aba ana abɛbu some question ɛna other countries nso a yɛne wɔn yɛ adwuma wɔn nyinaa wɔ immigration issues nti wɔn betumi ate nkɔmɔ a yɛdi n'ase na wɔn de wɔn nkyerɛ mu wɔn de wɔn questions so aba so tomorrow is going to be the English version for your legal answer same time on the same platform. All right, let me go back and ask Jessil, Pacho, Mwanon Komamwai.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Pacho, Mwanon Ko.
Yeah, good evening. Patronum pese me bisa se ho. Me ne me kunu e baaye. E na they had divorce for one year we join me. But home office asking me message say me was 60 days I met immediate na on. But na me pese anka me switch. E na me days na aka notice no. Me pese me the true is IELTS na me to me dey apply for switch. But me pese me extend me way no. Me stay in Tina can be lawyer say I didn't meet me I found.
There's nothing like an extension for 60 days in Barbeson. Extension and say we submit a valid visa because there's no forms available for him, but then you're sending your kind of coin in this test. And you were saying to our man 60 days, your man 60 days or respect to be active, be the way in our within 60 days. Say an extension beyond Shadani ho, but however, say now exceptional circumstances here, you can apply using those ones. But I know the it is all fair for consultation. It might maybe a few questions now. Yeah, sure. Fine.
Okay. Nti lawyer mpacho nti wobenya solution oh hɔ ama me.
A bit depending on the
So
why. Other photos,
but
minimum monk, common, I mean to me who's there. Although only exceptional circumstances will be our, but I know so your questions I'm about to ask you here because it is our cry, it's something very delicate. I don't want you to talk about it here. You can't want some neck when you're and
Right. Right, Jason
Pacho
Pacho,
that's
nti follow your follow your number ne friend no. Yeah. Sometimes lawyer yeah Mr. M say ya na was say adofo aya na mo frɛ si lawyer me pese me hu say me case ne be ya na say nye ya nsa na mabuku consultation. Let me say was say o kan ho o kan ho asem kyerɛ mo. There be that's the whole point of the
yes,
consultation, you know.
I make a child of food. I said the wako doctor na be say doctor me ya unya diagnose you, unya examine wo. Baby I ne wo no, e dia wo so do to no wo hwɛ. Lawyer for yen so ye de no no. Nti lawyer me book any problem na person no say be ya. I miss me aka say be you know book but I'm not about that life say me that uncle for. Nti wo book ya ma me de wa fam no. Say be ye ya, we na wo so ye. Enye ya, we. Oh, say dey unya material requirement but wo ye we ya, e betimi ama wo anyway. And only consultation no. Say be a solve problem ni sisi a. Yeah, and I'm more out to a bit me about in the future, which is very important as well. Because I'm wow and coach and be who say, oh, me far away, yeah. A be I to say, the be other four cast me the me bear, but oh, China, oh, I think my ready uba. I think a be a so responsibility. Wow,
Fine.
oh, yeah, a 2 home time, a passe answer. Ain't me patrol, yen share, na yen shan.
Okay. My main call baby Nash, my main mouse why.
Yeah, hello, lawyer. Good evening. Oh, okay. Me person wey me go question back up bibisa.
It's
Me
true.
ne me partner na wo ho na yatena for 4 years. And me a British, but ono do overstay ya. Na ya get bibia we say pese ekofie. The thing is about 2 years ago me apply for me tax. The tax no accountant and I don't know what he did. Or catch or yeah after me and me tax or me pay slip or so. And I'm afraid me afraid for tax for and I'm I would demand to be the subscriber ne expenses be so. A subscriber be na expenses be so ntino. And I'm saying no me nye hwe nti bo mu cheche mu na chese ade kro no me nye enye nti me catch am say no mo san fa me back to me normal tax. Which is on my ya or my bre me kase me ntua. Na nka pese me busa say me de me partner kofi a because of that tax issue no is it going to affect us?
This have been our so now over versus.
When you put a British
Oh, you're
passport, yeah,
British.
we are British, yeah.
Nti so wo de wo partner kofi ya na wo kofa na ba.
Na me de ne kofi ye wa ha. Ondo you overstay ya watena mbeye 10 years ni ti afuna ya plan
Oh,
bi a.
okay. Na nka wa
Person de ne ko. Na wo no asan be ye wa be rem.
I will say minimum so self-employed. I was so to me £29,000. So you're employed.
Yeah, me nya bro.
Okay, okay. And yeah, all the tax card no, it doesn't matter. When you say what start to our payment plan here there, that is all that matters.
Yeah, omo catch me say e be take effect from April.
And on better say it too.
Ai, omo be me new tax code no na che say ma sha se ma sha se atete me.
Okay. Once I was 200 and they're not in here. But importantly, I would say, well, gross profits need to £29,000, and I employed and so I'll pay slaves near there. One income of P60 to me do £29,000.
Yeah, bro. Me nya more than that.
Okay. I know I'm not a year
Nti
requirement.
enkofa problem bi ama metima ma na kofi because you fear no. One you could do fear no because you don't even pay tax and stuff so
David,
one time na ko
what I
refuse.
say, I will 200 more.
Yeah.
I know not. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. And
Okay.
on me pacho no nso so abetena mu de na oba ye no okuta bi. Ene seye. Enti no ono so de no ono ade ne din ne na na ye adwuma bibia. Ono ade ne din na no so affect ye na anyway.
So I was almost afraid because I bet now was 10 years near the I was say you can't your consultation. Now you go through BBR applications are
Okay.
back why you near there happen so now you're also
Mm,
right.
mm, 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 mm.
Okay, lawyer.
Yeah, yeah. Baby Nash, but your for all lawyer number.
Me pacho I me one number.
Yes, sure. Yeah, but your friend a book consultation now on go through. Yeah, send a bear because I more boka ko Ghana until was someone who say and I'm on to me be a one equem or bet me advice him on be a kama. Why?
So
Mm.
you
Okay, all
lawyer.
right.
You
I was
that's
me that's it. Right. Linash, see my brother called but no response. But your number being our brother Frey. If it is lawyer's number, I'm sure
In fact
definitely.
premises yeah and meaning time I will come but I don't
Mpacho
know.
say CRD, definitely you will not get a response because we are live. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
program.
that be me share at the phone crying say oh friend me I know what texting me. Working hours no me will phone so more than half of the time. Inti me wie na bi a 10 missed calls have been seen me. But me no be a consultation over the phone. Me we I try to get back to be about back me no be betimi afa me so but what text me I can never miss that. Because me consultation
Mm.
boy me share text message me. So friend ma afa what texting me lawyer nipa ask me say I'm trying to reach you. Me throw back why? Mo mo amisa.
And I'm a sramo, moyambua lawyer, be or offer lawyer one who said call yi pa ye call waiting. Now gusu free, now free, now pacho, and yadia obe kati, ni pakro no no call no so no about fa call no. Because or ebia no your consultation. Where book will be for 30 minutes. Into you free 100 times within the 30 minutes, it will not change anything. It would rather it makes it very frustrating. In tip to send your kind yɛmboa no na ɔno nso ntimi mboa nkakra nkakra ɔsan yɛ family woman no nso nti ni nyinaa na yɛsɛ yɛboaboa yɛn ho after working hours nso ahanya afei na ɔbɛfrɛ ya na ɔbɔ mmɔden bi wɔ hɔ a ɔbɛka sɛ bi a wontimi woyɛ adwuma during the day wonnya ho under extenuating circumstances ɔbɛma wo time by no interest that is the time that she works nti ni nyinaa no obuku consultation a ɔbɛboa na nyinaa akɔ so but the focus follow no Mr. Mu follow no mame the time apa ho but I'm going to clear ye nuanam a wɔmbɔ board yi so Francisca mu a me mo akwa Minister Francisca, thank you for joining us. Mame nko Abena boss lady. Hey, Abena boss lady mo anonko.
Hello, Mpacho. Good evening.
Good evening.
Mpacho, mpesa me busa lawyer say, obi betumi agina ne stepchild so edi aje enkrata okrom hanom.
Nine. The simple answer is I won't keep a honey the every the very high threshold. I was all meeting your mother baby. I was so stressed you are in the child's life for genuine reasons and yes I've been cancer auntie under these circumstances the whole thing happen say over for consultation and I'll take you through all the requirements. Because me to me go training in a copy our that time is a problem.
Okay, Mpacho, the attorney say nya obi a oya maye, but then obusa say, ono na ye adwuma no nti yɛwɔ lawyer a yɛnya nneɛma no nyinaa yɛde bɛkɔ akɔma no anaasɛ ɔno nso wɔ ne lawyer ne lawyer no nyɛ ne ka kyerɛ no sɛ yɛni lawyer nti obɛtumi ma ne lawyer na yɛ but it seems sɛ nipa no pressure sika no ntɛntɛm ɛno na ama
Okay.
yɛsi wɔ ho.
Abena mame mbusa nipa kro na o si wanya or is a person a legal person or nipa kro a lawyer.
Yɛtɛ ne sɛ ɔno asa ɔyɛ ne ho middleman ana ɔno na ɛsi
No.
onim obi nti obɛtumi
Okay.
afa saa kwan no so de aboa yɛn nti ɔsaa wɔ lawyer
Right.
ɔne ne yɛ adwuma.
Okay, and that's one of the key reasons why I normally do this program and empower people. So it's about being empowered, taking your own stuff into your own hands. You are the one who on our bohonka, on our usika. So nobody else should be telling you what to do.
Yeah, Anna,
yes.
one thing so say Ghana ni lawyer bi nso a ɔwɔ around ha yebusa no ɔsi bibia sɛ ni hɔ no ntumi nye ye hwee ni hɔ nti ama ya sɛ yasa bo hu wɔ
Okay.
ho sɛ
All right. Okay. Nyame can say you book a consultation with lawyer, then you go through. And I mean, personally, I would advise that you let a legal person like Lawyer Abner does the thing for you. There is nothing like a middleman. obi I think say minim say now was so obi be can about an application be obi aya na was so afi ko twam yet obi di bibia so you don't want those things, and most of the time no a lot of people are yes way, they are not thinking about you, they are only thinking about the money that they are making. That's why they are even pressuring you for the money in the first place. They don't really have your interest at heart.
Say I did not call you say I had to say be a me do example.
Or
To say be a
abna
one
me nti me tia se me nti wo de ye be kasa ba me nti ma me nko bi for so, but the long and short of it was Mr. Fa lawyer number, so only number na fa number no comment section na any new book consultation na on di ho dwuma ma why Mr. Say obey yes sir.
I mean that's
Say obey yes sir. Why? Okay, all right, thank you very much. Okay. Shamsi.
Chairman.
I'm round. Yes, boss.
Mpacho mitiawo.
Mbacho ya joso.
Mpacho me say woni mbrekra, ba me so me ba de bia me nya time, ma me mbo bibi nche o.
Say entina me hu say wa bana no ma fa wo no.
Me be so ti ya me bono. Okay. Ebusanfo am ha. Me I only came for a short talk.
Okay.
Who papa we are, ni twinwa ye shine say sikeni. How it is big one. Now who ma me fefe we are. I call them the Abidan solicitors.
Hey, Shamsi, why you late? Shamsi, you move from Abidan solicitors. You call AC Gilead.
Debbie, lawyer won a firm. Bamuba TikTok this one, Abidan.
Abidan. Oh, okay.
Abidan.
One casawa creating new firm, am I?
Abidan. Mutu yipe. Sa solicitors online pe. Me pa mucho lawyer mpacho nshanka.
Thank you, Nana.
Lawyer, when you say no you romantic, sa na un same this you romantic. Hey, when you too much. My last talk. Mo ba ha, ye mamo answers ha, mo consultation £70. Mo pacho obi ambo wasika no kama. Na ye ticket in my lawyer, and Danny, no mo holiday kakra. No ma dream double ho kakra da ye penya be dodo. Ye pe free dodo Felicia for any Philip for. Mo ma ye mbo wakaka no lawyer ye nya 1000 be munje.
Adana na say oh lawyer only Danny Mumbra Ghana Music Awards.
So much in the kakra.
Na ye den. Ebusianfo amu nya mo answers na wa ha no. Me pa mo cho.
Ya mo pass akoma agent said you.
Shamsi say why show me black here am show ya say me nya yie kura me see amanfo. Link no da bio. Omo mebo mensa.
Na ye den. Na mo ma lawyer mo enko lawyer ko holiday ba no mo dwuma ye mo tate fine no mo bibi asem na man free but they be am ba na me de no krata na mo graphic mo again obi aba o see in front mo be front man say so frakente afi da asem o kan lawyer anyway mpacho nshanka mo nyankopon bua mo abi o ye di bia enye yie amen.
Amen. Bro, thank you so much. Nyami shao pa Keke mo anon ko wai.
Pacho, good evening, lawyer. Mr. Danny.
Good evening.
Pacho, what is it?
Nyami adom pacho ye ho ye.
Mr. Danny say page in the koye pa o.
Wow sha koye pa. Entina me di rate na to so no. Nti obia fa referral code no nyan sign up. Danny 78 ba obusa, do you have a referral code now they assume. Na ye kama pa.
Pacho, my question is say who want definitely to remain na. Opo so kofa wonka for ba. Sika hin say onya to account so man say what you kofa wonka for ba.
Maybe so there's no sika here required so the better accounts mo. Financial requirements here £29,000 and then the scale was a wunya the whole year.
Yeah.
But said the other accounts ma kofa na ba there. There's no requirement. I mean, application fee no home office fee ni IHS no kwa ye be almost £6,000. If you no kwa na wo na debate you na de na ba and the omo hwe sika send the accounts there.
Okay. But that's it. Because now I'm confused or no be no can say humility. Now I'm confused. Okay, but that's it.
Yeah. Keke, but that's it. Thank you, sir. Obabe clarify. Can I say Daddy Luma Bessie, Nana, Menti and Kofuano, aha, Sana was you 2 years Ghana for. I see, yes, in that dorsum, maybe I can. That's why we have this legal platform. About baby, we a lawyer, named the phone, now watch show, a quanya between. Okay, me that's it. Why?
Okay, bye bye.
Right. The 3 courts, Mpacho, you have the last word. Meaning, at the 4 I'm actually, the BR with the betchem, lawyer, I'm rason.
Okay,
No,
Mr.
I
Dan.
need to pick it to Abuba. Yes, sir.
Mr. Dan, Michelle.
Pacho, me also.
Okay, maximum person visa lawyer no you kakra but me junior brother on ne yire ne ba ha se that omo back room ha se no omo de a friend say enkola chu ne ba ha se na ba ko ye oba be ma ne ba enye oba ne ba e no mbe wo ba ko ha se ka ho but on ba ye no me say omo nya ntokwa bebre but omo ba no on ba ha no be di aduro that time omo ba no so na me yire me brother no yire no onye Ghana ni.
That's records. Pacho, Manon, class online article.
Obano ID and Odinya Bukuma. Pacho say,
Otiko kakra bi nti Pacho, obeti na backtrack
kakra. Okay. Oyisu Obanin krata, be Obani Krumo. And Omudi Efa so no munya me fan so unya krata wo Krumu and Odima and Babe man no muna bakuma. But Omba has your mobile fall out and van say, Omaware no egu. Ena omanya nkrata no omanya no mugina omoba no mbewo no so no ha se ene nya nkrata ise oba be ma no pese ofa ono ne ba be ma no efi oba ne ntia ba enam se odi oba ne nkrata na ye me fa se oye ma e fe ne sei ne ba no a odi ne be wura kurom ho ka kire efikesimfo se e oba ne ba ne nti ohu kwan a onfa so enka emfa ne ba ne mfi oba ne nti but so otimase a de meka ya
Can be cast very complicated. Now we come to I think there also be consultation.
So
That because the very back and forth be brave. Because mentality also okay, won't say I'm the mentality.
Okay, man say biologically no enye oba ne ba ne be man me am trying to short enye biologically enye oba no e ba ne be man be pani no but me fan say nkrata mu de ai okrom ha de e oba ne ba ne be man so what must say
it was still, I think that record, I think it will still be very important. Sebebu, yeah. So, I obey me a consultation. Free lawyer, namun go through.